Australia, the big mysterious beast, a wicked cool country that is both vast and interesting. A country that has a unique ecosystem and wildlife, and here on FTD Facts, we're gonna step into the wildlife of a crazy cool country to learn about the Aussies. So, yo everybody, what's going on? Dave Walpole here. Welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where we like to talk about people, cultures, and places from all around the world. And we're gonna do something a little bit different because today's gonna be a fun, exciting video because we are doing it with a fellow YouTuber. As a matter of fact, we're doing it with one of our fans slash fellow YouTubers and confidants and brothers from across the pond, Sergeant Rocco, who does a lot of reaction videos and has even reacted to some of our own videos. So, Sergeant Rocco, yo, say hello to the FTD fan family.
Thanks, Dave. Rocco here, in Australia.
Anyways, love you, Rocco. Let's get into this, guys. Now, for all those people who are just here for the first time, we want to let you guys know that this is a channel where we take a lot of recommendations from, boom, you guys out there. And because of that, Australia here, this video was recommended by many of you. People like Tanky Divide, Abraham Ahmed, and Chicken Noodles the Booktuber, awesome name by the way. And of course, there were many more of you guys that were like, yo, do Australia. And so now we're doing it because, hey, first of all, I've been wanting to do Australia for a while. Now, with that in mind, for the question of the day, I want to know, what is your favorite thing about Australia? Mine, probably the beaches, woman, accents. It's a hard one. So first of all, let's talk about Australia's size. It is humongous. Now, as for its population, it sits around 24,413,700 people. But that is stretched across a landmass that is big. As a matter of fact, its landmass is 7,652,024 kilometers square, and that makes it the 6th largest country by land mass.
And you know what's crazy about those land masses is they're full of snakes, spiders, and other sorts of prehistoric sized bugs. They're just waiting to kill you. And yeah, the animals and the bugs are dangerous here, but surprisingly enough, the most common animal-caused death in Australia is by horse. In 10 years, we've had 77 deaths. I don't think the horses kill people. I think it's just horse-related injuries. Okay guys, spiders. Let's talk about them. Yeah, they're everywhere over here in Australia. It's not good. The most dangerous is the funnel web. So the funnel web spider was discovered in 1873. Now, this little bugger burrows holes in the ground, funnels his web into it, hides in that web, and strikes at prey or humans, cats, cars, whatever they can get. They're big, man, so their venom, it's a trachotoxin. So what that does is it attacks the nervous system. So it's a bad way to go, guys. Now, there haven't been so many fatalities lately, probably like in the last 100 years, we're talking about 13 fatalities. Small children are still in danger, however, and small animals, of course, so keep your dogs and cats away from funnel web spiders. Oh, and your kids.
Ugh, spiders. Hate them. We get them up here. And centipedes. It's disgusting. Ugh. Anyways, let's move on and let's talk about something else that Australia is really well known for, and that is the beaches. Not just for the girls in bikinis and the surfing, but let me tell you this, Australia has a lot of beaches. A lot. As a matter of fact, by calculation, if you were to go to one beach a day, it would take you over 29 years to see them all. Now keep in mind, a beach is classified as having a sand area that's over 20 meters, but the University of Sydney declared that the country has 10,685 beaches. But one question I always want to know is, how did Australia start? The country was first discovered by the Dutch in 1606, but by 1770 the British had claimed the eastern half of the country, and they began a major colonization on January 26, 1788 by the Penal Transport System, basically saying that parts of Australia were colonized by convicts, criminals.
However, most people think that Australia was empty, basically, devoid of people until the Brits and the Dutch came here. However, it's not true. 50,000 years we've had indigenous people living here, and the scientists have sort of like put a marker on it, but the eggheads now have come up with thermoluminescence dating, which puts it closer to around about 125,000 years. Those indigenous groups had over 250 languages spread across them. Nowadays, we're probably talking about 125 roughly in use, but only 13 of them in common use and not in endangered status. So Yeah, there's probably only a few pockets out there that are still using the old speech.
Hey Rocco, is it true that every Australian drinks Foster's because it's an Australian beer?
Foster's? Nah, mate, no one drinks Foster's here. For starters, it's brewed in Britain. Secondly, the most popular beer here was 4X Gold. Now, that was the most popular beer in 2012. You've got other brands, you got your Tooheys, your Carlton, you know, you've got all sorts of brands, mate, but never Foster's. Just, nah.
Alright, fine. If you don't drink Foster's, then let me ask you this. What about your alcohol laws there, Sergeant Rocco?
Now, we in Australia, we fall into the same category of alcohol law, meaning in which you have to be 18 years of age before you can drink, and you can only buy that alcohol at a liquor store. So you can't walk into Target, 7-Eleven, whatever, and get a carton of booze. It's just not going to happen here. Also at the football, you can only get mid-strength alcohol. Now, you think that would cause riots, but surprisingly enough, it stops them.
Man, besides the bugs, it sounds like good times in Australia, you know? Firing a couple back. And actually, having good times in Australia is somewhat true because the country has the second highest index of human development. Now, this index is measured through a bunch of different things, such as education, economic balance, health, and of course, quality of life. And when it comes to its economy, it is the 12th highest in the world, and the country sits at 5th when it comes to per capita income, at least in 2014. Speaking about money, let's talk about Gina Reinhardt. She is rich. Now, Gina Reinhardt, she's an Australian bird, and she was the first woman to ever make $1 million every half an hour. Currently, her net worth is $6.06 billion, and this is because she is the chairman of Hancock Prospecting, which is a mineral and exploration company. Now, let's keep in mind the company was founded by her father, Lang Hancock, but when he died, she inherited 76.3% of the company, making her one of the richest ladies in the world.
Guys, I know what you're thinking. It's Australia, there's koalas in every tree, there's crocodiles in the swimming pools, and we ride kangaroos to work. It's just not so. Unfortunately here, camels outnumber our koalas 10 to 1, and these camels are feral. You know, they live out in the outback and stuff. There's over 1 million of them. The government launched a program, $19 million, to cage and corral and contain the camels, and now we export them to certain other countries, mainly Saudi Arabia. They use them for meat, I'm told. Alright guys, this one's going to knock you for a sixth. Scientists estimate that 75% of our animal life here is undiscovered, unidentified by man. Now the reason for that is that 90% of our massive landmass that we were talking about earlier is uninhabitable, meaning it's either desert or just thick Australian bush that's full of all those bugs and things that me and Dave have been trying to tell you about. They're just everywhere. You can't live there because as soon as you go there, they're on ya. It's basically like a green version of Mad Max with all the wildlife still alive.
So that is it, guys. That has been me and Sergeant Rocco talking about the country known as Australia. A country that is foreign to me, but home to many of you. But thanks for watching, guys. Let's jump back over to Sergeant Rocco because he's got a few things left to say.
In closing, guys, I'd like to thank you for joining me in Australia here and hopefully shed a bit of light on it for you. I'd also like to thank Dave and the FTD gang heaps for including me in the video. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. And yeah, come and check me on the YouTube channel. But until then, this is Sergeant Rocco for FTD Facts in Australia, signing off.
Thanks for joining us, Sergeant Rocco, and all you FTD Facts guys, be sure to check out his channel. It's going to be down there in the description box below. This is actually the first time we've ever actually done a collab with a fan or another YouTuber that's kind of like on the other side of the world, so this one's been kind of fun for us. But other than that, it's been a pleasure. My name's Dave Wapple, but we've just scratched the surface of what this country has to offer. This is Australia, a place where the people are from down under, a country with a lot of adventure and love. This is the home of the Aussies. They're proud, loud, and a lot of fun.